The more I think about the Bill Belichick girlfriend Jordan situation.
Excuse me, we're not going to talk about that.
It's already been addressed.
To me,
sorry, no. Bill, we have to go.
I think I've already said that.
Are you sure?
is she looking out for him, or is she like too much?
Oh, stop, dude. I get it. The
I'm
PR
just-
angle of it all.
I'm just curious if
I'm sure she has his best interest in mind, but you got to do it with a little grace. He's his own man.
No, because you and I have a theory that
And when it comes to football, back off.
you and I have a theory, and when we agree on something, it's right. We've always had a theory that if you want to make a couple smile, you ask them, "Hey, how'd you guys meet? Tell me about the beginning." And a couple could be in the middle of a fight, but all of a sudden, like, the woman's eyes will light up like, "Oh, he's so silly. Yeah, well, I was with my buddy at a bar, and there she was. And no, that's not how it was. I was with my girlfriend." And people love.
Nowadays, the story's not as fun, though. It's like, well, I was on Hinge, and I swiped right and then left, and then I saw this girl with a fat ass, and I was like, ooh. And
Yeah, and I thought he was a jerk at first, but then he hit me up, and
I almost didn't swipe because he was holding a fish in one of his pictures.
yeah, the stories today are not as fun.
I'm just saying, like, if you ask anyone, like, "Hey, Danny, how'd you meet Brenda?" There's a story that's probably nice, and couples like to tell it. So it leads me to believe, based on a How I Met Your Mother episode I watched in the 2000s, I was Sam, you and I both fans of How I Met Your Mother, correct?
No.
No, you're not?
No.
Sam's
I think we had another show in common. But
The Office?
Sam was a fan
Yes.
of a show called
Okay.
How's Your Father?
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
How's Your Father?
Well, you know what, Sam?
I didn't,
When you
dislike it,
When
but I
you
was
sit
just-
around doing
yeah.
nothing, watch How I Met Your Mother. It's fantastic.
I'll
Yeah,
be
if
sure
you like
to-
lame laugh tracks, Sam.
I
I
don't
never
know.
watched
Maybe
that
the best
show.
sitcom of the 2000s, but that's cool. Lame show.
Narrated by Bob Saget.
If
right?
you need shows to tell you when to laugh, check that one out.
If you're too cool for a show with a laugh track, listen to Covino,
Hey.
who watches only History Channel documentaries.
I missed it. I'm doing just fine. Thank you. And then she said wrecked him, damn near killed him.
I freaking hate you already. I don't even want to do the show. Dan Byer, you want to take over?
Carry on. So, Bill Belichick
No, on
and
How,
the
I
Jordon
met, on
Hudson
How I
story.
Met Your Mother. Shut your mouth for a second. How I
You
Met
shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Guys!
How I Met Your Mother, there was an episode where Barney, he got a feeling that Ted wasn't telling the truth because Ted and this hot girl had a fake story of how they met. And it was because they had met online. And in the 2000s, meeting online was weird. So they were like, we met at a cooking class. My thought is people love sharing their how'd you meet story.
Oh, no.
So if Jordon Hudson shuts it down,
Not talking about this.
maybe it wasn't on a plane signing a book. Maybe
I already
don't-
told you he signed my textbook.
maybe is her social studies book. Maybe there's more to the story, or I'm just looking into it.
I signed her little golden book. It was years ago.
He signs her copy of the Berenstein Bears. I'm just saying, people love to tell their story. Just something to sit on and think about. That's all.
Sit on this. Here's the update. The update based on this controversial CBS interview that we discussed yesterday is that
Oh, it's funny. What was CBS's biggest show in the 2000s? Probably How I Met Your Mother.
Got him.
I don't know. I mean, I liked it. I've seen a few episodes.
Maybe 2.5 Men.
But the update today was that they almost felt a journalistic integrity. They felt it necessary to show this part of the interview because it was such a part of what was going on. That was the tip of the iceberg.
Meaning it wasn't just that one interruption. They kept that one part in because apparently throughout the whole interview, she was interrupting.
They said they deleted 30 minutes of the interview because it was so awkward, but they had to leave something in to sort of
tell the story,
give the vibe and tell the story of what was really going on there, and that it was so bad at one point that she got up and stormed out and expected Bill Belichick to follow her out. Oh, what do I do now?
Bill, we gotta go.
I'm leaving.
And it got real awkward to the point where the guy doing the interview was just like, all right, it's a wrap. All right, hey, thanks, Bill. Have a great one. Good luck. And do I think she has his best interest in mind? Yes. But do I feel like when you're doing stuff like that, it undermines a powerful person? Yes. There's a time and place. You can have an equal relationship, a balanced relationship, a healthy relationship where everyone has their say, but that's his platform. That's his arena. And when she's stomping on him and cutting him off and telling him to shut up and zip it in front of people, it undermines his importance. And now UNC is showing concern. Like, is this going to be a problem? I think Bill's got a problem.
I mean, some say she's a great ear to have now that he's dealing with
Social media,
younger people,
younger
college
men.
kids. In fact, I heard Cowherd.
Prostate issues.
Cowherd was talking about
Next question.
how, it could be good for him because he's trying to relate to younger people. Because now it's not like I'm the coach of the Patriots. This is the organization. You're trying to lure talent to you in the college world. So, hey, maybe she's effective. I only thought of this based on our dumb theory that couples always like to talk about two things: how they met and tell us about your wedding day.
It is. You see couples light up. It's true. And it is a move that Rich and I often make because it brings some light into the conversation, some fun. How did you guys meet? And people light up, even if they dislike each other. So for them to act that way, it is a little suspect. But I wish them the best. If she is his PR person, then yeah, she's doing a good job. But it also seems or comes across a little rude too, right? So, hey man, that's the update.
Yeah. Not to sound ageist or sexist, but you're a dad of a teenage daughter.
I am.
It's Bill Belichick. He's a powerful, successful, good dude, from what we understand.
Yeah, I mean, but he's a winner.
But if your daughter's in her 20s, I mean, I guess you accept your daughter or son and love them no matter what. But there's got to be a part of her family that's like, really? What are we doing? 70-year-old guy?
Sorry, 73, no?
I don't know.
I have a question for you guys.
Yes.
Bill being such a stone cold assassin at the mic during press conferences, basically like a human wall of stone when answering questions.
On to Cincinnati, yeah.
Maybe he doesn't mind her kind of interrupting like that because it's like she's kind of doing that on his behalf, like the way he would do it for his team.
Of course, for all we know, they're in cahoots. Like,
and they think it's funny, right?
Rich will be texting his wife in front of people like we don't know what's going on. And then they're getting a good laugh at everything. Meaning they could have an understanding already, like, hey, get me out of this place. We don't know what their relationship is all about. This is all speculation. But in fairness to us, that's how it looks. This is how it appears. But for all we know, he loves every second of it.
Yeah. And you know what? Good for him, good for her. If they're in love and they go, or at least find each other, they're fond of each other, good for them. What is it, my business or yours? But when you're in the public eye and you're Bill Belichick and it's a story, people are going to talk about it. I wish him well. I'm just saying my antennas peaked up when I was like, wait, they don't want to talk about how they met? That's what every new couple likes to talk about. How'd you guys meet? Well, I was out with my friends, and I really wasn't going to go out that night, but I'm so glad I did. And he's like, yeah, I was, I had one too many drinks, and I was like, look at that hot girl. There's always a story, and people love to tell it. The end. So when you say, yeah, we don't want to talk about it, just I don't know.
Not talking about this.
Not talking about it.
Yeah, gotta have fun with that.